market usually works, it coincides with what's going on in real estate. Same return, generally speaking. So if you're getting a 10% return in the stock market and you're getting a 10% return on real estate, but you put $10,000 up, you don't get the same amount of money back. You get it leveraged off the value of the property. It's not based off of your down payment. So you get 10% off of a $100,000 investment. So you get $10,000 back. You doubled your money in the same time, just by rethinking it different. Now what happened if you didn't put no money down? Because there's all kinds of situations like that. Brokers laugh all the time when unexperienced brokers. When you say, I'm looking for a piece of real estate where the owner's willing to carry, and they laugh because this is not the environment for it, it's not the atmosphere for it, it's not the time for it. And some brokers are new. You have an attrition rate that's ridiculous. They turn over, they get their license, and then 2 or 3 years or 3 years later, it's expired because they're not making money in real estate. Most brokers let their license expire because they don't make money in real estate. But you got some players that have been around for a long time. My father's been around in the market for 45 years. And what do they know? They know what a lot of consumers don't know. Okay, and one of the things that they know is this, that you have greedy investors out there and they're doing what? They're flipping real estate right now. Be their friends. You don't have to be involved in real estate really yet. You may not be positioned to purchase your properties yet, but you get to know these guys. You ask them questions, they're greedy. They're masters at flipping. They're masters at getting hard money to give them money to close on properties. But what happens when the flipper, who's greedy, can't flip? He doesn't want the property still. So what does he do? You know him. He knows you. You've been involved in real estate at a marginal level. You say, well, look, guess what I'll do? I'll buy it at your asking price. Yes, I know it's too much, but I need you to carry it. I need you to go ahead and carry it. I'll give you a balloon in 5 years, which means you're going to essentially get that property titled over to you. It's going to be your property, and in 5 years, you'll make the payment. You'll make the balloon. So what do? The average person will rent it out. What do? We create businesses out of those homes. Sober living, we help people. Transitional, we help people. Homes that help people, so you get more money for this house than you could have ever gotten if you rented it out. Now, look at this sheet here. I want to know really who's the entrepreneur in the room, because there's something here, right here. Did you fill anything out? Entrepreneurs about action, and guess what? Sometimes homework assignments are assignments that I don't give you, because guess what? No one's going to tell you to get up as an entrepreneur. They're not going to tell you to get up, and they're not going to tell you that you got to pay your bills. You got to do it yourself. So who are the self-starters in this room? Got some hands. Do we got any self-starters? Okay, some.
It's not easy, but you gotta do it.
What's hard about being a self-starter?
Just keeping yourself encouraged and motivated, especially after like a bad week. Just tell yourself to keep going. I mean, you do it, but
Who's on this one?
Oh, perfect. You got him over there. He said it's the thing hard about self-starting is keeping yourself motivated. That's a failing recipe right there. I want to just give you a tip for the young person. You know, a self-starter doesn't have to motivate himself if you have a mentor. For real. Get a qualified mentor. That's his job. Your job is just to follow his instructions. Sometimes when I was in the beginning of martial arts, we had some masters that rarely said anything to the students, and they got up there and they moved this way and we were supposed to move that way, and they punched that way, and they did that for 20 or 30 minutes, and we imitated like robots. And we're like, what kind of lesson is this? And he says, I'm the master. Anytime you have a question with what it is that I'm doing, I'll demonstrate it to you in real time. That means he'll put his hands on you. He wanted us to imitate in order to become just like him, and then you become yourself afterwards. But you got to feel what a master feels, and the only way to do it is to do what he's doing. And then you can have your arguments, because I argue with some of my masters at a later time when I had my black belt, and one of them put me on my back. One of them had me gasping for air, and I didn't even know about the MMA at this time. There was no such thing as that. And then he was choking me out. I was trying to figure out how this old guy did that, and he said the difference between you and I are that when you hit somebody, they get hurt. But when I hit you, or when I put my hands on you, you're going to be thinking about this years from now. There's a difference. And so when you choose your mentor, make sure you choose somebody that when you imprint that information in your brain, it's going to be something that you think about years from now. So that's going to cut off a lot of wasted time when you have that mentor to guide you. Now, 24 years ago, I think I used to play basketball. Somewhere along that time. I think it was more than 20, because 24 I would still be 20. I was in the Marine Corps. So it was more than 24 years ago. And that was my coach. He's in the back of this room. I didn't listen to nothing he said. I don't think I even hustled. Yeah, but The thing of it is, it's a full circle. I come back around and now I see him from a whole different perspective. I see him from a perspective of where he can cut off everybody in this room that knows me knows that I'm connected to people with money in the city. And my family members. All sorts of things going on. But most of them who I've tried to take as mentors weren't worth a dime, yet they have money. You have some individuals that have the right information, the right disposition, the right know-how, moving in the right direction that can help you more than somebody that can write a check. And matter of fact, if someone can write most of the people in this room a check, I got a question: who made their money multiply this month? Even if it was just a little. Or did it decrease? Did it multiply or decrease? Whatever it did with a little is exactly what would happen if it was a lot. That's why 75% of the people who win the lottery are broke within 3 to 5 years. And it doesn't matter how much they win. It could be 100 million. They're broke within 3 to 5 years. Same thing when you have a sports player. If they played the NBA, if they play NFL, when they retire 3 to 5 years after that money has been coming to them, they're broke. And the reason why is because it was never the money, it's the individual. It's what you do with your resources, it's about leverage. So I asked if anybody jumped in on this sheet, and then I gave you the opportunity to write something and trick me. How many of you did it? How many of you are jumping on top of this? This class is somebody told me something, and it's Coach Thompson told me this. He said, the thing about this is once you have the mindset, there's other things that go into this. I'm not going to go into the full detail, but you have to be what it is that you want to have. If you want to be successful, you have to be successful. Little things like following through on this helps to make you successful. I pay over $300 and something a year for the Wall Street Journal. And I read about half of my Wall Street journals because I just don't have the time to read all of my Wall Street journals, and I give them away free. How many of you are reading the Wall Street Journal? And this is what I discovered about the Wall Street Journal. The average person that reads that subscribes to the Wall Street Journal makes $250,000 a year. Just by saying that, you should want to read the Wall Street Journal. And maybe you will make $250,000 a year too.
¿Qué pasó, mamá?
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and we got Stephen. Are you on there, Stephen? Yeah. And are you on there, Joseph? Did I get rid of Joseph? What I'm going to do is go ahead and pass these guys around so they can meet the
You
class.
should do a Google Hangout.
So Stephen, we got you. Devon, can you make sure we got Joseph on there and then pass him around and introduce him to people? Okay. Okay. I don't want to sit up here and talk forever because that's ridiculous. We got a sheet right here. I want you guys to just do the top 3. What are you good at? And then somebody tell me what they got marked. Just what are you good at? Talking to people, lying, stealing. No, not that. That's not on here.
Oh, what?
Just Johnny. Research. What'd you say, Devon? I'm up from Johnny.
Well, I heard stealing.
Yeah. Is Joseph on there as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are some people that are Skyped in with this. We'll get our technology together.
What's up, Steven?
So somebody gives us a donation.
See, you should do Google Hangout.
Oh,
You should do Google Hangout.
okay. I try that.
That way
next time.
the Skype, I don't know, you can, like, conference them.
Hola, Steven, ¿cómo está?
Joseph is on there too. He feels
Oh,
lonely.
Joseph.
You're cutting him out. And Joseph has emotional things going on, so you can't leave him out.
Donna.
He said, I'm still here.
Still here?
I'm still a part of it.